Everyone, my name is Foster Emmanuel J. Lamonte. I'm going to share some key takeaways from lesson focusing on how we can use by plus gerund to describe how to do things effectively. So, let's get started. One of the first things we learn is that you can improve your skills by practicing consistently. For example, you can improve your English accent by listening the language CDS or podcast regularly. Personal example, I used to struggle with my pronunciation, but I've improved by imitating native speakers in movies and music, and it really works. And we also discuss how to learn new things. A great way, remember new words by writing them down on pieces of paper and sticking them around your house. This way, you see them often and they stick in your memory. I personally find that I learn best by teaching others. Explaining a concept to someone else helps solidify by understanding. And to avoid mistake, other key points is understanding how not to do something. For example, the best way to learn slang is not by watching the news, but by watching movies and TV shows. News language is typically formal and doesn't reflect everyday slang. So, if you want to learn how people really talk, immerse yourself in authentic content. Now, let's proceed to lesson 2, improvements. First of all, we learn how to make suggestion effectively using modals plus verbs. Like maybe you could go to chat room, help us politely give ideas. Also asking question like why don't you join us online dating service? Encouraging other to consider option without pressure. Next, we explore how to use gerund for talk about activities. For example, what about a dance class? Or have you thought about asking your friends? Gerund make our suggestions sound natural and friendly. They're useful in everyday conversation and when offering advice. We also discuss infinitive for instant. One option is to join a club, or it might be a good idea to check out. Those discussion groups infinitive help us suggest action and clearly and positively. To sum up, using modal plus verbs, gerund and infinitives make our suggestion polite and effective. Practice this structure to communicate better and help others. Feel comfortable with your ideas. Now, let's proceed to lesson 3, life little lesson. First, let's talk about expressing regret using should have plus the past participle. This is how we talk about things we wish we had done differently in the past. For example, I should have studied hard for the exam, or I shouldn't have eaten so much cake last night. These sentences show we regret our past action. This is my personal explanation. I often think I should have started learning to code earlier. It's a common regret, but it motivates me to start now. Next, we use would have plus the past participle to imagine probable outcomes in hypothetical situation. These are things that would have happened if something else had been different. For example, if I had known it was going to rain, I would have bought an umbrella. Or if I had gone to the party, I would have met new people. This sentence show what we believe would have happened. This is the recap for lesson 3. You should have to express regret. Would have to imagine probable outcomes and could have to express possible outcomes. Practice using this structure and you'll become more confident in expressing yourself. That's all I learned for lesson 1 to lesson 3. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.